Decree. Static breathing in the void. Everything obsolete is tactically destroyed. Listen, the rhythm is bowing, the system is broken. The final judgment has already been spoken. Sanctioning alcoholic dust settling on the rim of the new world order. I'm patrolling the edge and I'm erasing every single invisible border and the recorder. Wait, look at the torque, the shiver, the clash, the total evisceration of the digital flash. This is the hip-hop titanium gospel carved in the center of the famine. Don't look for the mercy, there is nothing left here to examine. Absolute code numb, watching how the entire opposition gets dumb. I don't negotiate the terms, I just shatter the silence and ignite the raw fever of the industrial violence. One grain only, back in the void even when I'm feeling lonely. Calibrating the fury with the surgical precision, making the ultimate and lethal decision. Every echo is a slave, every silence is a shrine. Watching the entire geometry start to align. I am the axis, I am the peak, the only authority the entire universe will seek. Velocity stable, directive is pure. Nothing is ever quite this secure. Quartz sunlight cutting through the heavy letter sky, watching all the ancient type definitions die. Fragrance of ozone and the taste of the chrome, building the empire in the wreckage of the home. Phosphor shadows on a concrete type floor. Nobody is knocking on the heavy iron door. Digital resolution in a charcoal type frame, forgetting the face and forgetting the name. Enforcing the unspoken protocol of the tungsten and the stern. I'm igniting the logic and I'm shaking off the ashes of the bridges I burn in the turn. Listen to the sound of the piston cracking while I'm launching the decree and starting the tracking and packing. I got the syntax of a predator drone, claiming the territory, claiming the throne. Polished up graphite on a synthetic page, the only free spirit inside of the cage. Sulfur and starlight mixed with the kerosene, being the only thing that's actually been seen. I'm even anomaly, verdict, force, staying on the pavement and staying on the course. Heavyweight logic mixed with the grime, mastering the rhythm of the borrowed type time. One look at the man, take total command, the fastest to ever walk over this land. Pulse is steady, vision is wide, nowhere for the weak type energy to hide. Uploading the truth, deleting the lie, watching the old world start to shrivel and die. Velocity, lethal, declaration complete. I'm the only god on this unbeaten beat. Quartz sunlight cutting through the heavy lead sky, watching all the ancient type definitions die. Fragrance of ozone and the taste of the chrome, building the empire in the wreckage of the home. Phosphor shadows on a concrete type floor. Nobody is knocking on the heavy iron door. Digital resolution in a charcoal type frame, forgetting the face and forgetting the name. From the summit to the vacuum of the vast void, everything obsolete is tactically destroyed. I'm bound arrogance of mechanical soul, taking the pieces and taking control. Static is blooming, everything clear. The only vibration is the vibration of fear. Find final announcement. Quartz sunlight cutting through the heavy lead sky, watching all the ancient type definitions die. Fragrance of ozone and the taste of the chrome, building the empire in the wreckage of the home. Phosphor shadows on a concrete type floor. Nobody is knocking on a heavy iron door. Digital resolution in a charcoal type frame, forgetting the face and forgetting the name.
Yeah. Yeah, magnetic pull, absolute zero. I don't act the villain or act the hero, just the commander of the entire airspace, leaving no signature and leaving no trace. Heavyweight funk, gravity friction, spitting the truth with the lethal type diction. Unmarked territory, ironclad walls. I'm ignoring the fakes and ignoring the calls. Listen to the engine, it's purring and steady. Better be focused and better be ready. I rip the signal and I shatter the code. Carrying the weight and carrying load. One step closer to the edge of the limit. If I see a gap, then I'm fully inside it. High altitude pressure, low frequency stomp. Cutting through the pride and cutting through the pump. Silver clouds burning in the dark indigo sky, touching the ceiling where the eagles don't fly. Purest energy inside a lockdown vault, crushing the weakness, it's nobody's fault. Universal rhythm in a gold-plated cage, turning the leaf of a brand new page. Unstoppable force with the soul of the fire, taking the legacy higher and higher. Oxygen thin, altitude climbing. Watch how I master the technical rhyming. Jagged edge, precision, velocity drift, giving the entire industry a needed type shift. I'm the hip-hop phantom in the cockpit seat, crushing every weakness with this industrial beat. Locked and loaded, target is clear. The only thing missing is the vibration of fear. Turbulence heavy, navigating the storm. Watching the legend start to take a new form. I don't need a pass just to enter the zone. Ruling this kingdom and ruling this throne. Calculated chaos, sophisticated grit. Every single syllable is a perfect type fit. Zero visibility, maximum drive. This is the reason that the greats all survive. Silver clouds burning in the dark indigo sky, touching the ceiling where the eagles don't fly. Purest energy inside a lockdown vault, crushing the weakness is nobody's fault. Universal rhythm in a gold-plated cage, turning the leaf of a brand new page. Unstoppable force with the soul of the fire, taking the legacy higher and higher. Engine exhaust glow blowing in the cold midnight air. I can see the future and I'm already there. Shattering the barriers, breaking the sound, while the rest of you stay on the frozen hard ground. Voltage is climbing, pulsing so fast, built to be the first and destined to be last. Hold your breath as the atmosphere snaps, closing up the distance in the infinite gaps. Silver clouds burning in the dark, they go sky, touching the ceiling where the eagles don't fly. Purest energy inside a lockdown vault, crushing the weakness, it's nobody's fault. Universal rhythm in a gold-plated cage, turning the leaf of a brand new page. Unstoppable force with the soul of the fire, taking the legacy higher and higher, 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 higher. Signal fading into the limitless black, 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 black. No more fears and no more looking back, 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 back. Just the echo with a sonic type boom, 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 boom. Leaving you behind in the silence of the room.
Naked, realism, asphalt grit. Every single sentence is a perfect hit. Glossy magazines telling beautiful lies. I'm ripping the pages and burning in the eyes. So cover large pressed on the tongue, singing the truth that the others unsung. Dirty fingernails digging up the root, giving you the poison inside of the fruit. Look at the cracks in the pedestal now. Sweat on the lip and the grease on the brow. I don't need a filter, I don't need the light. I just need the shadows to get the vibe right. Stained glass vision shattered on the floor, kicking the teeth and I kick in the door. Raw unfiltered energy flow so wild, losing the man and finding the child. Ashes falling on a silver-plated dream. Nothing is as perfect as it's made to seem. Open the wounds to let the sunlight inside. Everything to lose with nothing left to hide. Heavy the burden of a broken type heart, tearing the whole world completely apart. Silent the echoes in the canyon of the street, watching the bitter and the beautiful me. Edge poetry, alleyway thumb, living at the bottom of the industrial dump. Calculated chaos, grimy type soul, letting the darkness take over control. I am the vandal of every pure thought, bringing the wisdom that couldn't be bought. Mercury leakage from a cracked up vein, turning the pleasure back into the pain. Watch how I manipulate the dirt and the dust, and the decay is the only one I trust. Shattering the image of the perfect facade. Even the devil is a creation of God. One step deeper, two steps back, staying on the grind on the shimmering track. Unbound spirit in a corrupted frame, forgetting the rules of the mediocre game. Ashes falling on a silver-plated dream. Nothing is as perfect as it's made to seem. Open the wounds to let the sunlight inside. Everything to lose with nothing left to hide. Heavy the burden of a broken type heart, tearing the whole world completely apart. Silent the echoes in the canyon of the street, watching the bitter and the beautiful me. Static noise bleeding through the hip-hop vein, washing off the ego and the vanity stain. Listen to the shiver as the illusions all crack, moving toward the light and never looking back. Velocity rising in the middle of the grind, squeezing every second out of the limited time. Unfazed, unfiltered, absolute and true, showing you the version of the ugly in you. Ashes falling on a silver-plated dream. Nothing as it's made to seem. Open the wounds to let the sunlight inside. Everything to lose with nothing left to hide. Heavy the burden of a broken type heart, tearing the whole world completely apart. Silent the echoes in the canyon of the street, watching the bitter and the beautiful me.
Fabric draped over a heart of stone, custom tailored armor. Yeah, I'm in the zone, thread count high, but the stakes are looking high. Walking through the blizzard with a pocket full of fire. Soft to the touch, but I'm heavy on the trigger. Broad in my horizon, read the bank account bigger. Champagne spilling on the off-white sleeves while I'm moving in the shadow where the ghost perceives. Everything is polished, everything is bright. Hide the heavy metal from the city light, smooth as the ocean, sharp as the blade. Never let them see the moves that we made. Silver bullets hiding in the silk design. Frog on the edge, yeah, we're doing just fine. Breathing in the luxury, exhaling the smoke. Life's a masterpiece, not a punchline joke. Gold in the teeth, and the fabric is clean. Living out a vision, if you know what I mean. Coast the away in a velvet embrace. Never let the pressure show on my face. The Sally Loom weaves a tale of the struggle, keeping all the pieces of the dangerous plugs are fragile as a rose, but I'm built like a tank. Take a hip hop rhythm straight to the bank. Starch in the collar keeps the head held high underneath the linen. There's a storm in the sky. Ghost white suit in a peach black alley, adding up the wins, never checking the tally. Softness on the skin, iron in the soul. Keep the focus tight, never lose control. Shimmer in the dark, steady in the rain. Style is the weapon, time is the space. Silver borders hiding in the suit design. Drive on the edge, yeah, we're doing just fine. Breathing in the luxury, exhaling the smoke. Life's a masterpiece, not a punchline joke. Gold in the teeth, in the barrack is clean. Living out a vision, if you know what I mean. Coast the away, in the velvet embrace. Never let the pressure show on my trade. Woven through the chaos with the chosen few. Mixing up the old school with the brand new. Drip like a fountain, I'm strike like a snake. Every single move is a masterpiece we made. Lead in the chamber, linen on the bag, always on the move. Never slipping on the track. I ain't Greek, that's the formula we trust. Turning all the envy into diamond. Go back. Silverwood is hiding in the silk design. Drive on the edge, yeah, we're doing just fine. Breathing in the luxury, exhaling the smoke. Life's a masterpiece, not a punchline joke. Gold in the teeth, in the fabric is clean. Living out a vision, if you know what I mean. Coast the away, in the velvet embrace. Never let the pressure show on my face. Pure elegance, elegance, pure elegance, elegance, pure elegance, pure impact. Planet for the brain, lead for the bay, without it loud. Stay dangerous, 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 dangerous.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. Sifting through the debris of a gilded and broken era, I'm viewing the world through a sharper and colder mirror camera. Look at the texture, the oil, the glance, the unspoken weight of the criminal dance. It's a delicate balance, raw talent without a single standard warrant. Across the concrete like obsidian, spilled on a canvas of shadows until it is filled. Black pearl residue, cold, counting the paper that never was sold. I don't walk through the crowd, I just dissolve in the steam, keeping the reality inside of the dream. Between the cracks of the granite and stone, finding the nectar inside of the bone. One drop only, keeping the focus while feeling so lonely. Night sky leaking the liquid in the gray, washing the sins of the morning away. Gold on the teeth and the heart made of stone, ruling the dark on a makeshift throne. Infinite echoes through a hollowed out space, finding the glory in a desperate place. Pressure is rising but the diamond is clean. Nothing is ever quite what it has been. Gathering remains of the arrogance buried in dust. I'm polishing the metal and shaking off all of the rust and the distrust. Listen to the clink of the heavy type links while the entire industry actually stinks. I got the optics of a predator mind, leaving the mediocre energy far behind. Pure hip-hop, pure salt, finding the beauty inside of the fault. Lacquered up logic on a synthetic page, the only free spirit inside of the cage. Truffle oil dripping on a razor blade edge, purity found on the lip of the ledge. I'm the anomaly, the source, the truth, trading the wisdom for the wasted type youth. Velocity lethal, identity clear, the only vibration is the vibration of fear. Night sky leaking the liquid in the gray, washing the sins of the morning away. Gold on the teeth and the heart made of stone, ruling the dark on a makeshift throne. Infinite echoes through a hollowed out space, finding the glory in a desperate place. Pressure is rising but the diamond is clean. Nothing is ever quite what it has been. Beyond the surface in a vacuum of gold, a story of power that was never quite told. Unbound grandeur and ours to use soul, taking the pieces and taking control. Static is blooming like a violet type rose. Everybody is looking but nobody knows. Final calculation. Night sky leaking the liquid and the gray, washing the sins of the morning away. Gold on on the teeth and the heart made of stone. Ruling the dark on a makeshift throne. Infinite echoes through a hollowed out space. Finding the glory in a desperate place. Pressure is rising but the diamond is clean. Nothing is ever quite what it has been. Empty tins rattling like a fading type beat. The taste of the luxury is bitter and sweet. Dissolving into the grime. The signal is lost. Counting the glory, subtracting the cost. Yeah. 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 Look up at the skyline, pen in my hand, I draw the skyline from the rooftop, city look like it. Yeah, the map where I give every corner got a story. Every shadow hides its own glory. I ain't just looking out the window, I'm checking the tempo of the planet spinning, no pretending. My vision is never ending. Got the satellite view, the perspective's true. What I'm about to do? See the globe turning slow, watch the data flow. Gotta plant the seed, watch the knowledge grow. It's the worldview, yeah, I'm standing on them. Talking to the universe, not just a dumb. I guess my telescope zooming in on hope. Breaking down the borders, watch the future alone. With the rhythm, the flow, the knowledge I know. This sound is international, watch it go. From the concrete jungle to the digital zone. This is the throne I own, I'm stepping up, I'm on. Yeah, used to rock the headphones, volume up, feeling the best. Yeah, now my voice is a signal, setting the pace. Yeah, they talking small circle, I'm talking the whole earth up. Giving them lyrical fireworks and showing them my worth it. Yeah, no room for the local, my impact is vocal. When every single word a missile. Yeah, rhythm is yeah. I came from the bottom, now I'm looking down at the light. The vision is global, ain't forgetting the spot. Ain't forgetting the spot. See the globe turning slow, watch the data flow. Gotta plant the seed, watch the knowledge grow. It's the worldview, yeah, I'm standing on the talking to the universe, not just a dumb. I guess my telescope zooming in on hope. Breaking down the borders, watch the future alone. With the rhythm, the flow, the knowledge I know. This sound is international, watch it go. From the concrete jungle to the digital zone. This is the throne I own, I'm stepping up on my home. Yeah, gotta elevate the mind, leave the petty things behind. Yeah, we chasing the light, the truth you can't find out. In the music, in the message, paying my homage to the legends that built this. Now I'm on the pillage. Yeah. The beat drops heavy, my focus is steady. The game ain't ready for what I'm bringing to the party. Word in my hand, taking a stand. Understand this is the master, it's the worldview, yeah. I'm standing on the talking to the universe, not just the dumb. I guess my telescope zooming in on hope. Breaking down the borders, watching future alone. With the rhythm, the flow, the knowledge I know. This sound is international, watch it go. From the concrete jungle to the digital zone. This is the throne I own, I'm stepping up on my home. Worldview, look around, hit it. Frequency is high, nowhere to yeah, we got it like the whole damn block. Hip-hop forever, peace. I'm real mama. Yeah. Yeah, right here. Calibrating through the debris of a silicon and fractured error, viewing the world through a sharper encoder camera lens. Look at the torque, the shiver, the clank, the unpredictable nature of the vocal rank. It's a neural execution, absolute friction in a kerosene notion across the matrix like a high voltage wire hitting the exact type of the soul on fire. Architectural prowess numb, watching how the entire opposition gets dumb. I don't read the score, I just shatter the glass, turning the future into the past. Between the gears and the cables and oil, escaping the weight of the mortal type toil. One nerve only, keeping it lethal even when I'm feeling lonely. Copper horizons bleeding out through the rust, turning the diamonds back into the dust. Fractured equations in carbon type brain, drowning the weakness inside of the grain. Absolute zero, a pulse in the void. Every tradition is tactically destroyed. Static vibration on a porcelain shelf, losing the image to find the true self. Static vibration on a porcelain shelf, losing the image to find the true self. Find the true self. Searing through the static of a corrupted and erratic type transmission. I'm forcing the entire world into a state of the total submission. And the fission listen to the clink of the heavy 808 as it tears at the wall of the sovereign state. I got the optics of a predator drone, claiming the territory, claiming the throne. Pure hip hop, pure heat, stepping my name on the unbeaten beat. Polished up shrapnel on a titanium plate. I'm never early and I'm never too late. I'm the anomaly, the engine, the void, watching the mediocre patterns becoming a noise. Saffron and sulfur mixed with the grease, refusing to offer the universal peace. One look at the frequency, total control.
The only one breathing with a limitless soul. Yeah. Copper horizons bleeding out through the rust. Turning the diamonds back into the dust. Fractured equations of carbon type brain, drowning the weakness inside of the grain. Absolute zero, a pulse in the void. Every tradition is tactically destroyed. Static vibration on a porcelain shelf, losing the image to find the true self. Static vibration on a porcelain shelf, losing the image to find the true self. Find the true self. Beneath the scaffold in the corridor of the tent, watching what the darkness is about to begin. This is the climax, this is the end. Breaking the lines that I'm refusing to bend. Voltage is ripping the veins from the stone. King of the rhythm and king of the throne. Signal is blooming, everything clear. Everything clear. Everything clear. Everything clear. Copper horizons bleeding out through the rust. Turning the diamonds back into the dust. Fractured equations of carbon type brain, drowning the weakness inside of the grain. Absolute zero, a pulse in the void. Every tradition is tactically destroyed. Static vibration on a porcelain shelf, losing the image to find a true self. Static vibration on a porcelain shelf, losing the image to find a true self. Find a true self. Last transmission, dying in the cold tight air. Leaving only silence and a limitless stare. Hey, gauntlet is melted. The cadence is one into the static. The mission is done.
Bottled, aromatic despair in a crystal clear vessel of the mind. Spilling every single secret that I thought I'd finally left behind. I'm a manic, panic, static, automatic disguise. Watching the paranoia reflecting in the center of your very expensive eyes. Is someone behind the curtain, or is it just the way the fabric begins to lean? Resist until the reality starts to rot and the edges of the vision begin to fray. Finding a reason to ignore everything that the rational people wanna say. This hip-hop vertigo is a perfume that I wear like a second frozen skin, showing the entire audience exactly where the nightmares and the dreams begin. The atmosphere is saturated with the dangerous floral elegance. We are breathing in the particles of a very elegant disaster. There's a phantom following the trail of the expensive scent. Every shadow in the corner is a witness to the secret. Experience the intoxication of a mind that is finally snapping. The walls are pulsating to the rhythm of a silent scream. There is no oxygen left inside this beautiful velvet trap. The fragrance of the end is the only thing that's actually real. A punk out in the molecules of the musk and the sulfur until the oxygen starts to disappear from the room. Deep sea gloom, following the scent of the sandalwood through a labyrinth of silver needles and the mirrors of the soul. No control, check the bolt on the door and the lock on the window and the beat in the chest. Give it a rest. The fragrance is a predator, I'm the only prey it ever wanted to find. Lost my mind. Inhale the residue of a ghost that's trapped inside a designer fragrance bottle of the night. Realizing that the darkness is much more beautiful than the ordinary kind of light. The seal is cracked and the liquid is starting to drown the entire world in grey. Wishing there was a simple hollow word that I could finally find the courage to say. A atmosphere is saturated with the dangerous floral elegance. We are breathing in the particles of a very elegant disaster. Is a phantom following the trail of the expensive scent. Every shadow in the corner is a witness to the secret. Experience the intoxication of a mind that is finally snapping. The walls are pulsating to the rhythm of a silent scream. And there is no oxygen left inside this beautiful velvet trap. The fragrance of the end is the only thing that's actually real. Hey, tremble like a glass staircase shattered by the sound of a dude and heavy dude and heavy. They already watching. The colors of the jasmine smoke bleed into the center of the violet sky. Listen to the way the silence is scratching at the back of the porcelain throat of the spirit. I'm singing a melody so quiet that I'm the only person who will ever actually hear it. Panic is a perfume that I wear like a second coat in a very expensive silk mask, accomplishing the final and the most terrible and beautiful kind of task. Don't breathe. Yeah. The atmosphere is saturated with the dangerous floral elegance. We are breathing in the particles of a very elegant disaster. There's a phantom following the trail of the expensive scent. Every shadow in the corner is a witness to the secret. Experience the intoxication of a mind that is finally snapping. The walls are pulsating to the rhythm of a silent scream. There's no oxygen left inside this beautiful velvet trap. The fragrance of the end is the only thing that's actually real.
Crush. The gravity. The impact is leaking through every single vein. I am the driver of the hurricane inside of the rain. No rains, no mercy, just the raw hunger to stifle the mercy. Season the raw tectonic energy vibrating under the shutter. I'm inhaling the lightning and I'm igniting the entire foundation without a single stutter or a mutter. Look at the sinew, the muscle, the tension, unspoken force of the vocal extension, a pure intervention. It's a predator sprint, absolute motion in a volcanic ocean through the chaos of the snares, like a bullet through the bone, establishing the presence of the king upon the throne alone. Wildfire, wait for the skin of the reality to break under the weight. I don't follow the rhythm, I string a pulse to the veins, start to throb and the entire world start to convulsing and pulse to repose between the spurs and the saddle of the sound. I'm beating, no nigga left to be found on this ground. One switch, only leaving the entire competition, feeling so broken and lonely, mapping and making it with the surgical precision, taming the roar with the lethal decision. Everything lethal, everything raw, writing the gospel of the kinetic law, kinetic law, kinetic. Riding the avalanche down to the white, bleeding the energy into the night. Shattered reflections on an obsidian shell, forcing the entire universe to yield. Breath of the hurricane, soul of the flame, refusing the labels and bruising the name. Gravity's failing, we're cutting the tether, surviving the madness of digital weather. Stifling the fear in the gut of the weak and the frail and the pale. I'm hammering the absolute truth like a heavyweight. I can nail through the gale and the scale in the jail. Listen to the crunch of the subwoofer cracking while I'm launching the lyrical missile and starting the tracking and packing. I got the stamina of a desert storm, breaking the shape and remaking the form pure. Hip-hop pure heat, stepping my legacy on this corrupted and unbeaten beat. Braided up leather on a sweat-stained neck while I'm maintaining the grip and over and tiger-riptic and galloping where I'm on the pavement track, attacking the future and never looking back in the black. I'm the anomaly, the ride of the wheel, waiting for the shiver in the center of the kill. Heavyweight logic mixed with the dust, earning the glory and earning the trust. One look at the tempest, total command, the fastest to ever walk over this land. Velocity, ripping identity clear, but the only vibration is the vibration to steer inside of the impact, side of the glow. With the entire river is started to flow, riding the avalanche down to the white, bleeding the energy into the night. Shattered reflections on them obsidian shield, forcing the entire universe to yield. Breath of the hurricane, soul of the flame, refusing the labels, infusing the name. Gravity's failing, we're cutting the tether, surviving the madness of digital weather. Out of the crater and into the vast void, leaving the shadows of the patterns destroyed. I'm bending against biological soul, taking the pieces and taking control. Muscles are throbbing, everything vivid, leaving the visionary landscape livid. Final acceleration. Riding the avalanche down to the white, bleeding the energy into the night. Shattered reflections on I'm obsidian shield, forcing the entire universe to yield. Breath of the hurricane, soul of the flame, refusing the labels, infusing the name. Gravity's failing, we're cutting the tether, surviving the madness of digital weather. Last hoof hits on the edge of the earth, defining the value and defining the worth. Impact as hard as the struggle is done into the sunset we have. Where?
Pouring ghosts into a leaded decanter. Listen to the night, the ultimate enchanter. Petals on the linoleum, a crimson design, waiting for the stars to finally align. Velvet silence, a sudden burst of the violence. I'm breathing in the vapors of a Hollywood defiance. Check the grain on the film, it's gritty and it's gray. Watching every innocent memory just rot away. Dahlia petals floating in a circular sink, giving me the clarity to finally think. It's a botanical barrier lace cinematic crime, squeezing out the essence from the marrow of the time. 1 ounce of the agony, 2 ounces of shame. Nobody is winning in this unison game. I don't need the spotlight, I thrive in the dust, and the flavor of the whiskey is the only trust. Indigo currents pulling me under the floor, finding the keys to a forgotten and silent door. Fragrance of hemlock, sweetness of the decay. Nothing survives the arrival of the day. Mirror is weeping, glass is starting to thin. Traces tracing the map of the original and ancient sin. Gravity's broken, floating in a purple void. Every beautiful thing is digitally destroyed. Stuttering brass, a heavy language stomp, peeling back the surface of the theatrical pomp. Tempo shifts slow and heavy. I am the ink inside of the wound, waiting for the moment that the spirit is tuned. I don't run the race, I just haunt the track. Obsidian energy with no way back. Pure hip-hop, pure dark, igniting the void with the flickering spark. Calculated misery, sophisticated scars, counting all the holes in the ceiling of the stars. I'm the author of the aftermath, the logic of the loss, paying every dividend and counting up the cost. Static noise blooming like a flower in the void. Every single syllable is tactically employed. Listen to the crackle of the vintage type soul, giving up the pieces just to feel the control. Unlinked, unseen, under the radar now, wiping off the nectar from the cold and damp brow. Indigo currents pulling me under the floor, finding the keys to a forgotten and silent door. Fragrance of hemlock, sweetness of the decay. Nothing survives the arrival of the day. Mirror is weeping, glass is starting to thin, tracing the map of the original and ancient sin. Gravity's broken, floating in a purple void. Every beautiful thing is digitally destroyed. Mercury leakage from the casket of the dream. Everything is shattering at the metaphysical seam. Hold your breath, count to zero. In this tragedy there is no hero, just the residue, just the smoke after the final and deadly stroke. Feel the vibration, feel the depth, until there's nothing but the silence left. Indigo currents pulling me under the floor, finding the keys to a forgotten and silent door. Fragrance of hemlock, sweetness of the decay. Nothing survives the arrival of the day. Mirror is weeping, glass is starting to thin, tracing the map of the original and ancient sin. Gravity's broken, floating in a purple void. Every beautiful thing is digitally destroyed. Last sip swallow, empty glass shatter, realizing nothing ever really did matter. Black Dahlia whiskey vanish into the mist. The brightest of moments are the ones that never exist.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. True. Do my hopeless. I'm hot. No. Microscopic fractures in the crystal lattice, making mental pictures look a little bit too vivid and visceral. Moving like a shadow in a spiritual, subliminal, individual, clinical kind of way that's never typical. I'm a jeweler of the darkness, carving out a carcass of a dream that was far too large for the market. Sparking up the gray tinted atmosphere, keeping the path clear, even though the truth is something that you can't hear. Every single facet is a mirror of a lie, reflecting the sky while we're waiting for the well to run dry. Dropping hip-hop jewels in a pool of dark ink, gone before you even have a chance to blink of the thing. Crystalline structure in the clutch of the palm, keeping it calm out in the blast of the psychic bomb. Architect the fog, I'm the ghost in the fog, walking the dog through the digital smog of the monologue. Underneath the surface where the pressure starts to cook, everything is different than the way it's gonna look. Gravity is warping all the light inside the stone, sitting on a silent and a charcoal colored throne. Refractions of a beautifully tailored mistake, watching the clarity shiver and eventually break. Great tinted vision in the world that is chasing the light, hiding the jagged edges in the middle of the night. Silhouettes dancing in a cage made of carbon and dust, trading the truth for a feeling we no longer trust. Opaque elegance dripping from the palm of my hand, building a legacy on a foundation of shifting sand. Geometric puzzles in the center of blur, making the words of the narrative begin to slur and occur. Searching for a meaning in the mineral, a literal masterpiece of deception that I'm forced to administer. I see the static in the signal as I fade into the back of the scene with the aura of a high-tech killer machine. Vaporizing logic in a chamber made of quartz and a history of silent screams and expensive themes. Calculated angles in the carbonized bone, living life like a monarch on a high-octane obsidian throne. Polishing the ego till it's glowing with the ghost of a memory that every value's the most. Subterranean frequency humming in the soles of my feet, keeping the rhythm of cold and the bitter street. I'm the master of the blur, the conductor of the haze, getting lost in the labyrinth of these gray tinted days. Maybe the deception is the only thing real, hardened by the pressure and the weight of the steel. Coldest kind of beauty that the earth can provide, swallowing the ego and the remnants of pride. Refractions of a beautifully tailored mistake, watching the clarity shiver and eventually break. Great
tinted vision in a world that is chasing the light, hiding the jagged edges in the middle of the night. Silhouettes dancing in a cage made of carbon and dust, trading the truth for a feeling we no longer trust. Opaque elegance dripping from the palm of my hand, building a legacy on a foundation of shifting sand. Suddenly the atmosphere is getting way too thick to breathe, watching all the golden threads begin to slowly unweave. Mineralized memories are rattling inside of the chest, putting all the loyalty and all the love to the test. Distorted geometry in a world of pure digital gray, waiting for the bitterness to simply just melt away. Nothing in the universe is quite as sharp as the stone, covering the marrow and the surface of every bone. We fractions of a beautiful tale and mistake, watching the clarity shiver and eventually break gray. Tinted vision in a world that is chasing the light, hiding the jagged edges in the middle of the night. Silhouettes dancing in a cage made of carbon and dust, trading the truth for a feeling we no longer trust. Opaque elegance dripping from the palm of my hand, building a legacy on a foundation of shifting sand. Last drop, clarity's gone. Just a stone, and the smoke remains. Keep staring into the gray. Exhale.
Breathing, teeth on the pavement where the gravity is starting to grind. I'm leaving every single week and frag your memory behind in the mind. Look at the torque, the piston, the clank, the unpredictable nature of the vocal rank. It's a neural execution, absolute friction in a kerosene ocean. Through the conduits of the high voltage wire, hitting the exact type of the soul on fire. Architectural brutality numb, watching how the entire opposition gets dumb. I don't read the blueprint, I just break the glass, turning the future into the shadow type past. Between the gears and the cables and oil, escaping the weight of the mortal type toil. One gear only, pushing the limit even when I'm feeling lonely. Finalizing the verdict set in the trap, mapping the void on a corrupted type map. Everything is jagged, everything is cold, selling the silence that was never quite sold. Copper horizons bleeding out through the rust, turning the diamonds back into the dust. Fractured equations in a silicon brain, drowning the weakness inside of the grain. Absolute zero, a pulse in the void. Every tradition is technically destroyed. Static vibration on a porcelain shelf, losing the image to find the true self. Breathing. Ozone and cyanide inside of the lung. I'm spitting out the lyrics that have never been sung. The wrong. Listen to the sound of the generator screaming while the entire underground is secretly scheming. I got the optics of a predator drone, claiming the territory, claiming the throne. Lacquered up logic on a titanium page, the only free spirit inside of the cage. Truffaloidal dripping on a razor blade edge, purity found on the very lip of the ledge. I'm the anomaly, the engine, the void, watching the mediocre patterns becoming annoyed. Saffron and sulfur mixed with the grease, refusing to offer the universal peace. One, look at the frequency, total control, the only one breathing with a limitless soul. Velocity lethal, identity clear, the only vibration is the vibration of gear. Lost in the friction, found in the stain, where the entire future is accepting the pain. Copper horizons bleeding out through the rust, turning the diamonds back into the dust. Fractured equations in a silicon brain, drowning the weakness inside of the grain. Absolute zero, a pulse in the void. Every tradition is technically destroyed. Static vibration on a porcelain shelf, losing the image to find a true self. Beneath the scaffold in a corridor of the tin, watching where the darkness is about to begin. This is the climax, this is the end, breaking the lines that I'm refusing to bend. Voltage is ripping the veins from the stone, king of the rhythm and king of the throne. Everything clear. Copper horizons bleeding out through the rust, turning the diamonds back into the dust. Fractured equations in a silicone brain, drowning the weakness inside of the grain. Salute zero, a pulse in the void. Every tradition is tactically destroyed. Static vibration on a porcelain shelf, losing the image to find a true self. Last transmission, dying in the cold type air, leaving only silence and a limitless stare. The city is melting, the hip-hop lies, everything taken, but nothing gives.
Yeah. Shattered glass sparkling like a diamond in the gutter, where the bitter truth is always muttered and stuttered. I'm on a level where the devil is a peddler, selling every single soul until it's cluttered and shuttered. Look at the paradox, shifting the view from the penthouse down to the residue of the revenue. Walking a tightrope inside of a cyclone, hunting for a milestone instead of the avenue. Pressure is mounting, I'm counting the seconds of reckoning, beckoning every single demon that's hitting. Better be ready to steady the motion and swallow the potion and drown in the ways of the deafening. I am the Emily, honestly killing the policy of the monopoly, using this lethal top lyrical prophecy built from the bottom. Now I'm at the top of the pyramid, scheming and dreaming to shadow the stagnant philosophy. Velocity higher than fever, I'm not a believer, I'm just the achiever with teeth of a reaper, I'm out of a keeper. Every rotation is acceleration, a mental vibration that's digging it deeper and deeper and deeper. I'm further genius in a distorted design, crossing the border and blurring the line. Open your eyes to the neon blue haze, lost in the center of a concrete maze. Flowers are blooming in a valley of lead, chasing the fire while the city is dead. Everything's broken but it feels so right, dancing on the edge of a jagged edge night. 0 point energy, soul on the run, looking for the shadow of a black metal sun. Yeah. Mercury rising in the veins of the blocks while I'm picking the locks of the orthodox paradox box. I got the stamina handling the max with the facts and the racks and the impact of the aftershocks. Velocity mental, the instrumental is detrimental to listen to mental and the fragile and the accidental. I'm incidental to the scheme of the dream, but I'm ripping the seam of the whole transcendental fast lane finesse with a touch of the stress and a message to everybody trying to make it with less. I'm at the first of the wave of the brave and I'm ready to pave the path of the infinite blast. Check the cadence is deadly, it's serious, curious, so everybody gets like so spurious. I'm not a tourist, I'm living the pavement, then enslavement is making the whole world so delirious. Style is a weapon, I'm stepping up the greatness and leaving the haters in total type weightness. Calculating every single collision with surgical precision, I circle decision and faithfulness. Mastering gravity, finding the sanity inside the vanity and the profanity of man. Doing it when the vanity when anyone could be named, and everyone in the entire clan. Open your eyes to the neon blue haze, lost in the center of a concrete maze. Flowers are blooming in a valley of lead, chasing the fire while the city is dead. Everything's broken but it feels so right, dancing on the edge of a jagged edge night. 0 point energy, soul on the run, looking for the shadow of a black metal sun. Vibrations rippling through the soul of the boot. I'm taking the fruit while I'm burning the root. Universal code in a localized flow, watching the energy start to ignite in the glow. Listen to the pulse of the hip-hop vein, pumping the rhythm and numbing the pain. Unbound, unfazed in the middle of the glare, taking the oxygen straight from the air. Open your eyes to the neon blue haze, lost in the center of a concrete maze. Flowers are blooming in a valley of lead, chasing the fire while the city is dead. Everything's broken but it feels so right, dancing on the edge of a jagged edge night. 0 point energy, soul on the run, looking for the shadow of a black metal sun. Resonance fading as the grid starts to snap. No more fears and no more trap. Just the sound of the boots on the ground, the only thing real that the silence has found. Yeah, that's the Asphalt, jungle breathing, every block is a cell. Concrete geometry, yeah, we know it too well. Right, left precision on the edge of the curve, quiet sophistication. No, we don't need a verb. Lines on the pavement cutting deep in the gray. Shadows march in unison, they got nothing to say. Laser focus mentality, we're locked in the frame. Mastering the gravity, yeah, we're killing the game. Vibration, rising from the depths of the drain. Feeling the sink, running straight through the brain. Everything clicks like a deadbolt lock. Now is the time to ignite the whole block. Synchronized energy, we're moving as one. Dancing in the dark until we swallow the sun. Grid lines are glowing under everyone's feet, keeping the momentum with the industrial beat. Universal connection, yeah, the signal is clear. Perfect execution, no more doubt, no more fear. Infinite rhythm in the heart of the steel. Nothing in the universe can match how we feel. Chrome-plated vision, watch the reflection slide. Stepping through the paradox with nowhere to hide. This pure hip-hop alchemy is turning lead into gold. Every single movement is decisive and bold. Matrix of the metropolis, we read the design. Perfectly aligned along the vertical line. Strobe light aesthetic on a charcoal sky. Keep the chin up while the satellites fly. Pressure is building in the pipes and the veins, breaking the monotony and snapping the chains. Switch on the power, let the sequence begin. Final destination, yeah, we're aiming to win. Synchronized energy, we're moving as one. Dancing in the dark until we swallow the sun. Grid lines are glowing under everyone's feet, keeping the momentum of the industrial beat. Universal connection, yeah, the signal is clear. Perfect execution, no more doubt, no more fear. Infinite rhythm in the heart of the steel. Nothing in the universe can match how we feel. Automatic motion, no more space for a glitch. Flipping every circuit, flipping every single switch. Unstoppable cadence from the east to the west. Putting all the mediocre shit to the rest. Gravity is heavy, but we're walking on air. Leaving every bystander with nothing but a stare. Digital devotion to the soul of the street. Merging with the iron at the place where we meet. Synchronized energy, we're moving as one. Dancing in the dark until we swallow the sun. Grid lines are glowing under everyone's feet, keeping the momentum with the industrial beat. Universal connection, yeah, the signal is clear. Perfect execution, no more doubt, no more fear. Infinite rhythm in the heart of the steel. Nothing in the universe can match how we feel. Static in the distance as the lights go dim. Echo of the lockstep on the horizon's rim. Fade into a whisper, but the pattern remains. Flowing like a river through the city's veins. Yeah. Original blueprint logic with the search engine pushing every single mimic of the legend ahead. You can scan the surface but you'll never find the source. I'm unstoppable and primordial type natural force. Digital clones in a pixelated mess, trying to wear the crown with a half hearted guess. I rip the template and I burn the hard drive. Only the authentic are destined to survive. Look at the cadence, it's unpredictable and pure. Searching for the sickness while I'm becoming the cure. You're just a carbon copy stuck inside the loop, while I'm the flavor in the lyrical type soup. Heavy duty output with 0% lag, leaving every imitation in a body type bag. Check the frequency is crystalline and sharp, playing on the vibration of a wicked type harp. Anchor your vision to the raw and the real, tearing through the fabric of the cinematic feel. Gold on the surface but it's rotten at the core. Give them what they wanted, then I give them even more. Universal static in a high definition frame, forgetting every face and forgetting every name. Unbound energy, a signal in the dark, leaving every counterfeit without a single spark. Mercury dripping from the tip of the tongue, singing every anthem that has never been sung. I'm the architect of the unrepeatable line, watching how the imitators start to decline and resign. Fast lane mentality with the slow motion sight, crushing every shadow in the middle of the night. You got the syntax but you're missing the soul. I'm the entire entity and I'm in full control. Synchronized mayhem in the perfect type flow, waiting for the fake seeds to never ever grow. I don't need a script, I just need the vibration to trigger the collapse of the mimic type nation. Jagged edge poetry with the tactical strike, doing it the way that the others would only like. Mastering the gravity and shaking up the grid, revealing every secret that the copycats hid. Anchor your vision to the raw and the real, tearing through the fabric of the cinematic feel. Gold on the surface but it's rotten at the core. Give them what they wanted, then I give them even more. Universal static in a high definition frame, forgetting every face and forgetting every name. Unbound energy, a signal in the dark, leaving every counterfeit without a single spark. Velocity rising like a fever in the veins, breaking off the mental and the physical type chains. Listen to the shiver as the glitches all fade, walking on the surface of the newly sharp blade. Oxygen thinning at the peak of the skill, moving with the power of the dominable will. Final resolution in a total type hush, after the fever in the initial type rush. Anchor your vision to the raw and the real, tearing through the fabric of the cinematic feel. Gold on the surface but it's rotten at the core. Give them what they wanted, then I give them even more. Universal static in a high definition frame, getting every face and forgetting every name. Unbound energy, a signal in the dark, leaving every counterfeit without a single spark.
Fickle attraction, surgical action. I don't need pity or your satisfaction. Check the caliber, sharp as a saber. I'm doing the gods a lyrical favor. You're a hollow shell, a parallel of hell, and the story you're selling is easy to tell. I rip the template, I shatter the fake. Everything I touch is a risk that I take. Velocity rising, mental type fever. I'm not the follower, I'm the achiever. Listen to the pulse, it's lethal and pure. Becoming the sickness and becoming the cure. One strike mentality, 0% fear. The only real voice that you're gonna hear. Ocean of concrete rising to the sky, leaving the illusions of the weak to die. Golden vibrations in a lead-colored room, igniting the fire in the middle of the gloom. Universal power that you can't even touch, giving you the truth when you're asking for too much. Unbound spirit with the heart of cold steel. Everything is broken, but the damage is real. Mercury dripping dark, pavement logic. The rhythm is heavy and it's toxic, type gothic. I am the blueprint, the original trace. Looking at the void right in the face. Fast lane finesse, jagged edge vision. Cutting through the static with surgical precision. You got the syntax, but you're missing the soul. I'm the entire entity and I'm in full control. Zero mercy shown to the shady and thirsty. My lineage is grand and the flow is so worthy. I am the architect, the pioneer prophet, taking every fake and I'm dropping them off it. Heavy duty output, I iron lung vibe, the last descendant of an ancient tribe. Ocean of concrete rising to the sky, leaving the illusions of the weak to die. Golden vibrations in the lead-colored room, igniting a fire in the middle of the bloom. Universal power that you can't even touch, giving you the truth when you're asking for too much. Unbound spirit with the heart of cold steel. Everything is broken, but the damage is real. Is this your energy thumping in the marrow? Target in the shallow with the bone-tipped arrow. Listen to the shiver as the atmosphere's closing up your distance and the reality gaps. Voltage, just climbing dangerous height, becoming the beast in the center of Bandai. Unfazed, unshaken, middle of the storm, watching the future take a sharp shape and form. Ocean of concrete rising to the sky, leaving the illusions of the weak to die. Golden vibrations in the lead-colored room, igniting the fire in the middle of the bloom. Universal power that you can't even touch, living for the pulse of the hip-hop core. Unbound spirit with the heart of cold steel. Everything is broken, but the damage is real.
Subtle pulse, then it multiplies inside the drum pattern. Quick syllable scatter, reassemble with mechanical balance. Bread tight, tongue glide through intricate pockets of rhythm. Short phrase, then a longer cascade of language spill. Cadence folding in complex geometry. Every bar slightly off center, still landing perfect. Hip-hop living in the lungs of the measure. Rapid internal rhymes building pressure, then the flow relax. A calm bar drifting across the snare. Next line sprinting again. Sharp diction carving the pocket precisely. Wordplay spiraling deeper each second. Small phrase, large phrase, unfolding with laying intention. Beat, breathe, voice ride every angle of it.
Hear that rhythm pulling you closer. Feel the motion inside your chest. Every step falling in the pattern. Nothing here standing still. Open up and let it surround you. Energy moving through the room. Hands rising with the vibration. Nobody tryna break free.
Delicate taps, then a dense cluster of syllables dropping. Thoughts racing across the measure. Each vowel bending the rhythm slightly. Tiny phrase, sudden expansion of breath and language. Drums whisper, then the consonants strike like sparks. Measure chaos inside the cadence. Every line twisting its own gravity. Hip-hop logic in the bloodstream. Time and shifting but never collapsing. Short line, then a sentence stretching across the groove. Pattern stacking and overlapping softly. Voice weaving between the kick and snare. Word cluster scattered and settle. Calm tone, sudden surge of verbal velocity.
Hear that rhythm pulling you closer. Feel the motion inside your chest. Every step falling in the pattern. Nothing here standing still. Open up and let it surround you. Energy moving through the room. Hands rising with the vibration. Nobody tryna break free. Yeah. Gradual rise in the lower tones. Soft vibration through the floorboards. Breathing slower inside the groove. Minds drifting into alignment. Quiet focus replacing motion. Every heartbeat locked with the drums. Invisible threads of rhythm connect us. The pattern holding everything. Hear that rhythm pulling you closer. Feel the motion inside your chest. Every step falling in the pattern. Nothing here standing still. Open up and let it surround you. Energy moving through the room. Hands rising with the vibration. Nobody tryna break free.
Yeah, it's the fabric. Yeah, check the fabric.
Yeah. Atmosphere is thinning out now. Tailored by the stars, I don't even know how. Floating
1 step, 2 step, 3 step, air.
silk lapels grazing the stratosphere, I don't care. 0G in a double-breasted frame, deleting every single physics rule from the game. Silk wrapped anomalies, speed it up. Mach speed luxury, moving with the utmost ease in the breeze and the freeze. Look at the cufflinks gleam. Buoyancy is the only thing I feel inside my bones. Disconnect the satellite to smash the telephones. Up is the only way the compass ever points. Fluid like the mercury in all the inner joints. Galaxy threads are weaving through the nebula mist. Reality is nothing but a sidereal twist. Levitate, don't let the souls ever touch the ground. Spinning all the colors in a spectacular round. Weightless devotion, yeah, it's deeper than the skin. Opening the door and letting all the magic begin. Cosmic couture draped in the finest of light. Everything is perfect in the anti-gravity night. Mercury sliding off the sleeve like it's rain. Hip-hop sophistication running wild in the vein. Aesthetics overload. Walking on the clouds like a private road. Bespoke supernova. Boom. Filling up the vacuum in an empty room. Thread count, infinite stitch count, divine. Breaking every shackle of the linear line. Vortex spinning in the pocket of the vest, putting all the boring generic styles to the rest. Pulse vibrating at a frequency of gold. This is how the future is about to unfold. Galaxy threads were weaving through the nebula mist. Reality is nothing but a sidereal twist. Levitate, don't let the souls ever touch the ground. Spinning all the colors in a spectacular round. Weightless devotion, yeah, it's deeper than the skin. Opening the door and letting all the magic begin. Cosmic couture draped in the finest of light. Everything is perfect in the anti-gravity night. Nebula, smoke rising from the velvet lapel, casting an elegant and unstoppable spell. Quantum precision with the flawless design. Drinking up the ether like a sacramental wine. Infinite is the only word I ever need to know. Watching how the shimmer and the shadows start to grow. Ethereal status, yeah, we're climbing up the stair. Breathing in the silence of the interstellar air. Galaxy threads were weaving through the nebula mist. Reality is nothing but a sidereal twist. Levitate, don't let the souls ever touch the ground. Spinning all the colors in a spectacular round. Weightless devotion, yeah, it's deeper than the skin. Opening the door and letting all the magic begin. Cosmic couture draped in the finest of light. Everything is perfect in the anti-gravity night. Drift into the dark, leaving behind nothing but a glowing spark. Quiet tuxedo turns to dust. In the stars, we trust.
Adrenaline spiking in the dark like a jagged needle, moving through the Coliseum, predatory, strictly evil. Look at the way I flip the switch and then I rip the stitch and leave him in the ditch. Rich with the rhythm while I'm hunting for the glitch. I'm a ghost phantom, operatic phantom in the tandem with the cannon, blasting through the sequence that the industry was planning. Slow it down, feel the weight of the gravity hitting the ground and I accelerate velocity. I'm never gonna be found. 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. Tripping on a triplet, syllable is liquid and you know I'm gonna sip it. Check the hip-hop architecture, leaning like the tower in the midnight hour. I'm the only one with power. Stutter, step, breathe, calculated malice hiding underneath the sleeve, leaving every amateur a reason to believe that the beat is a monster, but I'm the one who tamed it. Saw the throne was empty, so I stepped up and I claimed it. Underneath the surface where the red river flows, follow the direction that the cold wind blows. Concrete shivering beneath the heavy sky, no point in asking for the reason why. Metal on metal, let the sparks start to fly. Look into the darkest where the predator's eye. Everything is burning in a beautiful way, waiting for the ashes of another dead day. Vibration, rising from the marrow with the lethal inclination. I don't need a map, I need a ribbon liberation. Watch this point blank range with the lyrical exchange, I bring the change. Rearrange the structure till the melody is strange. I'm a wolf in the wire, I'm a snake in the code. Watch the way I handle every heavy metal load. Rhyme scheme, chaotic, neurotic, hypnotic, erotic, exotic, flowing like a poison that is strictly antibiotic, killing every virus in the system on the track. Once I hit the center, there is no turning back. Erratic, static, automatic transmission. A man on a mission, breaking every bone of the boring tradition. High-speed collision with the lo-fi sound. I'm the only treasure that is waiting to be found in the wreckage of the battle, in the ruins of the night. I'm the last vibration, I'm the only source of light. Underneath the surface where the red river flows, follow the direction that the cold wind blows. Concrete shivering beneath the heavy sky, no point in asking for the reason why. Metal on metal, let the sparks start to fly. Look into the darkness where the predator's eye. Everything is burning in a beautiful way, waiting for the ashes of another dead day. Pressure, building in the pipes until they burst. Tell me who's the one who's gonna hit the floor first. 1, 2, the arena is waiting for you. No escape, no exit. Just beat it. You respect it.
Underneath the surface where the red river flows, follow the direction that the cold wind blows. Concrete shivering beneath the heavy sky. No point in asking for the reason why. Metal on metal, let the sparks start to fly. Look into the darkness with a burn to the side. Everything is burning in a beautiful way, waiting for the ashes of another dead day.
Echoes. The blood is drying on the stones. Walking out the gate, but I'm never alone. The rhythm follows me like a hungry shadow. Deep into the city, deep into the fog. End of transmission. Static jumping off the needle, I'm the fever in the wire. Higher than the spire, skipping through the funeral pile. Look, I don't follow the kick follows my shadow. Moving like a phantom in a rhythm that's too shallow. Deep impact, compact the cadence until the structure starts to crack and react. I'm a hip-hop scientist, lab coat stained with the ink. While the rookies are drowning, I'm building a bridge on the brink. Flow so zigzag, call it a lightning strike in the bottle. Full throttle on a syllable, then I hit the break wobble. Wait for it, yeah, the beat is stuttering like it's got a secret to tell. I'm the only one translating the toll of the bell. Rapid fire consonants hitting like a hailstorm on a tin roof. Proof is in the pocket, yeah, bullets that proof. Jagged edges on the melody, I'm sanding down the rough. Life is just a dickle beat and I can't get enough. Gravity is failing every time the bass drops low. Searching for a feeling that the radio won't show. Neon lights reflecting in the puddles on the street. Nothing else matters when you're moving your feet. Clouds of silver smoke rising up towards the moon. Losing all the logic in the middle of the tune. Thunder in the chest, let the echo take the lead. Finding everything that your inner spirit might need. Ocean of distortion, I'm the shark beneath the surface. Purpose in the chaos, every stutter has a service. Triplets, quads, defying the odds of the gods in the studio pods. One bar is a marathon, the next is just a single breath. Dancing on the edge of a rim and sudden death. Flip the script, skip the bit, rip the hit, staccato. Drinking down the frequency like a bit of Mackie out. Sharp, smooth, finding the groove in the tooth of a gear that won't move. I'm the oil in the engine, I'm the ghost in the groove. Velocity shifting, I'm drifting through the 16 notes. Leaving all the amateurs on the singing paper boats. Words are like origami, folding them in a weapon. Watch where you're walking, watch where you're stepping. I master the tremor, I master the glitch and the sway. Tomorrow is the rhythm that I'm inventing today. Gravity is failing every time the bass drops low. Searching for a feeling that the radio won't show. Neon lights reflecting in the puddles on the street. Nothing else matters when you're moving your feet. Clouds of silver smoke rising up towards the moon. Losing all the logic in the middle of the tune. Thunder in the chest, let the echo take the lead. Finding everything that your inner spirit might need. Beneath the concrete, the earth begins to moan. Signals getting crossed on the digital telephone. Wait, let the silence stretch until it's ready to snap. There's a universe of music hidden inside of the gap. Focus on the friction, focus on the heat. Become the very vibration underneath your gravity. You're failing every time the bass drops low. Searching for a feeling that the radio won't show. Neon lights reflecting in the puddles on the street. Nothing else matters when you're moving your feet. Clouds of silver smoke rising up towards the moon. Losing all the logic in the middle of the tune. Thunder in the chest, let the echo take the lead. Finding everything that your inner spirit might need. Pure vibration is all that's left in the room. The smoke is clearing, heartbeat matches the fading low. And you didn't just hear it, you survived, yeah.